I'm going on a bulk. I can't take it anymore. And not what you think. I don't mean like I'm sick and tired of being in a deficit. I'm sick and tired of being too small. So, does that mean that I'm gonna be eating whatever I want throughout the day? No. I've been eating daily. All right, let's pull up like the last week. So I'm on day 22 of my cut since like actually tracking. If you watched the video before, you would learn that I was eating like 1,700 calories. So basically like peak week stuff. Like even then, I mean, maybe even a little bit higher than peak week stuff, but like around that range. And I kind of just started, so I jumped right into it. I had a super low dip in my energy levels. My workouts weren't good. It was affecting my work life just because I jumped right into it. I'm not too keen on like calorie tracking and like actual like maximization of gains, right? Or not gains, but of fat loss. So I was doing that, but now I've been eating around 2,000 calories, right? So an extra 300, which is like, depending, I mean, how I've been eating has been like, that's kind of like a whole meal. Maybe a little bit less, so I like stack onto it, but you know, it gives me like an extra serving of rice or a little bit more protein. So I instead, you know, the first week, like day 9, I was eating 1,500 calories right here. So I would have around 130 to 150 grams of carbs and then around 200 grams of protein every day, right? That was killer. Talked to my buddy. He's a little bit more swole and a little bit more knowledgeable on this stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm eating like 1,700 calories a day. Like I'm on my cut, like I'm doing good, even though I didn't feel good. And he's like, dude, you're eating 1,700 calories? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you know that like your metabolic rate, like you're burning like 2,000 at least. And I'm like, what? So I have this body scan that I got done. My metabolic rate is 1,900 calories. And that's if I sat on the couch doing nothing. Then I do my cardio in the mornings and then I do my strength training, right? So when you think about it like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been in like a 700, 800 calorie deficit. That's a little much, but let's just say like 600, 700 calories. Let's just say that, right? I've been doing that. So on day 12, I was like, all right, let's up the calories and let's just have an extra meal. I ended up putting down 2,300 calories that day, and I was like, okay, I can't really do that like all of a sudden, like that huge jump. But I stuck around 2,300 the next day, and then I went to like 2,000, and I'm like kind of chilling at 2,000. I'm upping it gradually, right? I'm not just jumping straight to like 2,600 or like even 3,000. I feel like I'm still trying to find my maintenance calories. I'm getting kind of level with it, right? Like I'm not, again, if you saw the last video, I'm not the most knowledgeable, right? I'm just learning, right? Just like you are watching this video. I'm learning to do my thing with this calorie intake stuff, but I realize I'm like, okay, I shredded a lot of fat, but I also lost a lot of muscle within freaking 2 weeks, basically. And so, do a little physique check here. It's not like super shredded, but it's not like super, you know, I'm not hanging off the sides, you know what I mean? So here we go. Check this out. Not bad, right? I'll have a picture up right here of what I look like in, what was it, August, I think? Like July, August time frame. And since then, I've been like, well, for one, I wasn't eating as much and I wasn't taking the gym as serious as I used to prior to in the beginning of the year. July came around and I was probably like the biggest I've gotten, the fluffiest. You could see like the puffing in my cheeks and you could see that like I'm just super, just, you know, all over the place. Not bad, not a bad physique. and not a bad foundation. But there's just a couple things where I'm like, all right, I need to like get up, right? So for me and with my eyes, upper chest, obviously, my upper frame in general is kind of lacking. This, we won't have to worry about this. This is actually the most defined my abs have been since like sophomore year of high school. And it's like, it's not bad, right? It's not bad. A little side action. It's not the best, right? It's not the best. But, you know, it's either I go another month on a cut and, you know, kind of just stay the same, you know, muscle mass and maybe lose even a bit more. Or it's like I start now because I've been seeing Lukey MC just did his first natural bodybuilding competition. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like he looks freaking amazing. And he went kind of a different route. Like he went, I'm not gonna lie, like on his peak bulk, he did look chunky. But like, dude, he got down and he looks so good. So I'm trying to do something like right in between, right? Something probably in like a 500 calorie surplus. I would say generously, I'm probably gonna be in like a 300 to 500 calorie surplus. And from the past week that I've been on this new calorie intake, which is around like 2,000-ish, I think I could say, and based on my weight, that my maintenance calories, it's gonna sound low, and you guys can correct me or, you know, judge me on anything in the comments, but I'm assuming that my maintenance calories are around 24 to 25. It sounds nuts, I know. I'm 184 right now when I wake up in the morning, and the resting rate and like the websites are saying like 3,100, but I just don't, like, I don't find myself going to that point. I'm literally just shredding fat. So I'm gonna start at 20, let's say 25, I'll set it right now, 2,500 calories. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna go a week on 2,500 calories, and if I don't see any rises in my energy levels, if I don't see the weight kind of going up on the scale, then we're just gonna up by like 100, right? So we'll go to 26, and then if I still don't see any weight gain, then it's 27, you know what I mean? But I want it to be steady. I don't wanna just be eating everything all at once, or just go out and like go buy some chips, go buy some cookies and just eat whatever, right? This is gonna be a clean bulk. The reason why I'm recording this now is because I just want to record the journey, you know what I mean? I am 100% natural, right? You can see my body. It's not all that, right? But, you know, there's a lot of people online that kind of just show the end result. And it's not their fault, right? It's not their fault at all, right? But we see Sam Sulek, for example, right? I watch him religiously. I watch the Trend Twins religiously. And I watch all these social media influencers like on Instagram, Snapchat, even YouTube Shorts. And it's like, wow, they look freaking amazing, right? And sometimes they show their prior, right? But in this case, right, I'm starting here and it's gonna be a bit of a longer journey, right? But it's kind of like a science experiment. I just want to record it, and I want to show that it's possible, because a lot of misinformation has been on social media of just like what 4 years natural transformation looks like, or what 6 years and 12 years and this and that. It's like, I guarantee you, you do your cardio. You do your cardio. You do your cardio. You intake the correct amount of calories, and you work out optimally, right? And you get the right recovery naturally, then there's no shortcuts, right? And two, there's no way you can fail, right? It's only up from there, right? But let's say a 2-year natty is just eating whatever's on the, you know, whatever's on the table at that very moment, and we're working out, let's say I work out my chest 2 to 3 times a week. I'm not getting enough recovery as a natural, right, to be able to build muscle. I'm just going to be breaking it down. So It'd be a bit more defined, but I wouldn't be building. So that's why I'm going to be doing this experiment. And on top of that, one of my goals is to gain 5 pounds of muscle mass and be able to come back down to 180 and look freaking amazing, right? I'm probably going to see myself going up to 200 pounds and then going back down. And by late next year, there it is. That's what I was looking for. By the end of next year, I should be noticeably bigger. And at that point, probably around midsummer, I'm gonna start going on that cut again. I'll probably see some stuff in the comments, or if not, then, you know. But that's why we experiment, and that's why we do things like this. So this is my 1 year, starting day one of my bulk, and 1 year of my transformation starting now, okay? That's all I really wanted to talk about because it's been a journey these past 22 days being on this deficit and learning about actual calorie maintenance and calorie deficits and calorie surpluses and all this stuff. But that's not really the point here. The point here is to be able to learn and be able to give, I wouldn't say advice, but you know, I mean, I guess I would say steer people in the right direction of not going to the misinformation and not thinking that people are just screwed here, right? And people thinking that we need to just take steroids to maximize gains, and that's the only way to do it and the only way to get big. It's not. It's really not. It's possible, and it's not something that is super unattainable. And if you have the drive and if you have the energy and if you have the willpower, you can achieve it. Just like the rapid progress that I've made since I started coming back to the gym July, August to the present day, I can guarantee you, right, at least in my case, that, dude, I'm gonna get freaking big, right? And not to be like cocky or freaking this or that, but like if I put something in my brain, an idea or a notion or a goal in my head, I'm just the type to go for it 100%. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no cheat days. There's no missing my protein goal or my carb goal or my fat goal, whatever, right? There's none of that, right? Which is why, again, I don't believe in 4-year transformation natty and you still kind of look like crap, right? I don't believe in that stuff. If you seriously put your mind to it, I guarantee you that you will be at your dream physique. And if you're not at your dream physique, then that just means you kind of were behind on the curve a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's about it for me, right? One more. This is what I look like now. Just had to get that one more time. This is the back. Other side. Yeah. Cool. Hopefully I see you again. We're going to freaking get some gains. All right? Have a good one.